Hey y'all, I'm at my crafty table and I wanted to share something with you. I put it on the community tab and they were like, do it. So maybe you won't like this. And I do this every January. I always make a snow person, and I've got a little snow family, and y'all saw it at the beginning of the video. So I was going to sit down and make one, and this year it's Amanita themed because of y'all and my channel. So I thought I would include you. And if you're broke and you don't have a way to buy a gift and you want to make one, you can make this from your old socks. It's really cool. So you can follow along, and in the description, I'll list like everything that you need. And you don't have to use everything I've got. You can just use stuff that's around the house. Like when I first made my first one, I used yarn. But since then, I've collected a lot of stuff, like googly eyes, like this, you know. I bought this pack like 5 years ago, and I'm still using it. And I'm using a glue gun, but you can use glue. Just like the first one I ever made was just regular glue, but I use a glue gun all the time. And probably the only thing you'll really need to buy is rice, unless you've already got rice. And if so, you're pretty much done. And I found out about this at a beach party. I went to the beach for Christmas one year, and there was a bar there that had this big crafting table, and you could pay money. It was like a fundraiser, and you could make one, and I was like, oh my God, it's so cute. And every year after that, it's like a thing. The letdown after the holidays, and I get my house cleaned up, and I still look forward to making one. So every January, I make one. That's how I got my little snow family. So this year, instead of using socks I had around the house, I got these off Amazon. Yeehaw! Alright, so we're gonna make. And you can do one now every January and get your own little snow family. Or you can make it as a gift. How many countries have Valentine's Day? Is that just America? Anyway, you could make one for Valentine's Day and make it heart-themed or something. Whatever. Okay. You only need one white sock, which means if you have white socks that have gone yellow or one has a hole in it, then you can use the other one that doesn't have a hole in it. So, a white sock. And then the other sock you need is whatever theme you want your snow person to have. So, and that's all you need is one of each, which is why this is so freaking beautiful. I don't know about you, but I have gnomes that live in the laundry, and they steal one sock so that when I'm done with laundry, I've got one sock, not a pair. And I know they're putting them all somewhere. I don't know why. I think maybe they eat them. I don't know. All right. And here's how you do it, y'all. It's so easy. You don't have to be talented, because I am not, and I can do this. So this one is your snowman body. So yeah, if you make it with the whole thing, it'll be crooked. So I cut mine off at the heel of the white sock. So that's your first cut. And then we fill this guy with rice. Oh, ask me how I know, trying to pour rice in this. Yeah. So I just get a loop. You can also take a water bottle, like a thin plastic water bottle, cut it in half and stick it in here with the mouth side down in the sock like a funnel. So, honestly, the hardest part of this whole project is managing the freaking rice. Ask me how much of this stuff I have spilled everywhere. It takes way more rice than you think it will. Oh gosh, careful, careful. All right, so then it'll fill up quickly, and you have to smoosh it down. So I smoosh, and it'll like bulb out at the bottom like that. Smoosh, smoosh. And if you ever run out of money and you need food, or you can't get to the store to get rice, you can always raid one of your snow people and make some rice. I had to do that one year. I had the flu, and y'all, I literally had no food in my house. And I told my son, go get a snow person. He's like, no, you worked hard on them. I'm like, well, they got to die for the cause, man. This really is the hardest part. Smoosh, smoosh. Now, however much you add, that's how big you want your snow person to be. Plus, you got to leave room at the top for the head. So the wider you make it, the shorter it'll be. The thinner you make it, the taller it'll be. I try to go halfway between the two. All right, my head's in the way for a second. I got to manage this before I spill it. Okay. I think that might be, I promise it gets easier. All right, let me see. Yep, there we go. Now, when I first made this, like I said, I just tied it with yarn because nobody's going to see this part. And I just had some twine that came off of a gift I was given. There's your blob, but this is going to be a snow person. Here's where it turns into a snow person. You ready? We're going to smush it up and make it higher, right? And then we're going to make the head by choking it to death. I just snorted. All right. And now we're going to make the neck. Oopsie. I think I may go on and use the ribbon here. Yeah. Anyway, I started getting fancy, you know, and trying to pick ribbon that was in the theme of what I was doing. Usually I go in and put this on here, or you could do a rubber band, and then I add this later, but I didn't cut my string very well. Now see how it looks too skinny in the neck? This is where you just work with it and try to form it. Y'all, I can't tie a bow for shit. Oh, wait. All right, how do you cut this? This is important that you cut this properly because you have to have the body part, and then you're making a hat for him to wear. Here's the sock, right? So we're going to make a hat, and the hat comes from the toe part, go on his head, and then his outfit comes from the leg part. All right, so I'm going to cut the elastic off right here. All right, so here's the part that's going to go around his body. So I just kind of eyeball it and look at where it needs to be cut. And it's better if you make it a little longer on the bottom. That way it can sort of wrap underneath and it helps stabilize it more. See, I don't even measure shit, y'all. This is how bad of an artist I am. I just wing it. Okay, that's his little vest part. If you have a design on a sock, like a single design, you can just center the design on it. And then this is going to be the little hat. The hat's weird to cut. I always screw it up, but you can glue it, so it doesn't matter if you screw it up. And if you make it too long, it'll look funky. But if you make it too short, it won't sit right. So again, I kind of set it up there and eyeball it a little bit. You know what though? The mushrooms are going to end up upside down on his head. That sucks. It needs to go this way. You know what? I'm going to do something different here and tie it off at the top. That way the mushrooms can be right side up. Normally though, with all your socks, you just cut that off right there and stick the hat on his head. That's the hat. But because the design is such that it needs to be this way, I'm going to cut a tube and I'm going to have to do some tying off up here. So, yeah. I'm going to go on and use one that I cut off the bottom. So this will be the hat. After you do this a couple of times, you'll get better at figuring out how you want to piece it together. All right, so since this is going to be the hat, I've got to tie it off at the top. But normally, I wouldn't have to do this, because normally we'd just cut the toe off, and it would already be closed off. I'm totally confusing you, aren't I? That's okay. Just follow along. See? There's the hat. All right, it's all about to come together. Y'all ready? We're going to put the clothes on the snowman. Come here, dude. Time to get you dressed. And we can fix it so that the Amanita is like right in the middle. Aww. Very cute. Alright, so this is the front. We've determined that that's the front with the Amanita right there. So just to help me get my bearings, I'm going to go on and draw the eyes, but you don't have to. Or if you don't want to get the googly eyes, you just use a Sharpie or a permanent marker and draw the eyeballs on here. Alright, there's the eyeballs. And grab my glue gun and the googly eyes. If you got really big hands, this is hard. It's hard for me, and I've got little hands. And I burn myself, because that's what I do. Here you go. See y'all. He's coming alive. Ow, I just burnt my finger. Yeah, I am definitely not a YouTube crafter. Ah, this is all lessons in what don't do. Actually, let's go in and put the hat on. Now, my first one, I didn't glue the hat on, and I learned pretty quickly what a mistake that was. It kept falling off all the time. Oh, y'all, look! See what I mean? The hat's when it really comes together. And there's the mushroom right on the front. I'm glad I went that extra mile. Now, for the hat, pull it down in the back. That's going to really help it stay on better. And then I put a little bit of glue in different places to hold it together. Don't be sad. We'll fix you. Birth is hard, little one. Trust in me. I got you. Aw, you're precious. You're going to join the rest of the family. Happy birthday. Hang on, you can't say it back. I'll give you a mouth, mister. Alrighty. Need the nose. What can I use for a better mouth? All of mine only have a marker mouth. Aww. So cute. Okay. Now, I always do a little extra on mine. So, like, I have a bunch of these. Anytime I see these on anything, I keep them for this. And I'm thinking stick it up here. What do y'all think? Maybe over that and cut these off? Yeah. Time to burn my finger again. Y'all, oh my God, how cute is this? Oh! That nose looks funky. Needs to come over a little more maybe. But what if y'all are like really crafty? Can you imagine what you could do with this if you're like a really good drawer person and really creative? Like, I think that's good enough. I might glue it down. Then it's just like a scarf. Yeah. Oh, it's a scarf. And that's your snow person. I hope it's okay. I mean, this is something I do by myself every January. It doesn't take much time, but it's just a ritual, something I do. And it just seemed right, you know, to share it with you. So, the newest member of the Snow People family. None of them have names. Guess who this is going to be? Amanita Dreamer. Thanks for joining me. Why don't you get a cool mug like mine? What do you think? Link is in the description. And you can get on our forum and talk to us about all the things that you've been doing lately with your mushies. All right, y'all. Thanks for playing. Happy January. Happy crafting. Bye.